Welcome to Lined Musings. Today we are going to go through my ink rainbow for 2023. All my ink swatches are housed in this traveller's notebook, which is in camel and it is in the regular size. I'll just rearrange my situation here to make everything just a little bit more comfy. And I'll just flip through this quickly as you may have already seen it. If not, I will pop the video of this ink swatch journal here for you. But we are skipping right ahead to the ink rainbow for 2023. But before we get stuck into that, I just want to take you through my ink swatch cards at the back here. These are Wearingle cards and they are inside this Traveller's Notebook craft card file insert. So for me to decide which inks deserved to be in my ink rainbow for 2023, I carefully went through this insert and selected them one by one. I'll just pop a clip here to make things a bit easier, and a clip over here too. And what I'll be using for swatching is this ink sample tube and also the kakimori with the brass nib. I've also got some water over here for washing the nib and the lid in between swatches. I actually just made that vessel in pottery class, which is something I did recently, which was quite fun. In here I just have my little pipette, which I will use to transfer the ink onto the paper. And before we get started, I do just want to give Leanne Likes credit for this idea and the style I'm using for my ink swatches today. So I'll be swatching 8 inks. I don't know if that's the normal amount, but I am going with 8 and we are starting with brown. And the top pick for browns is Yule Log, which is from the Diamine Inkbank calendar in 2022. And this one does have shimmer in it, so I am just going to shake her up a little to make sure I get that shimmer in my swatch. That's worth noting that is not recommended if you are inking up a fountain pen, but I am using my kakimori nib today, so not too much of a concern. I think just one decent drop will do. And using the lid of the ink sample tube, which is quite smooth, and that is Yule Log. You can't really see the shimmer just yet, but I think it will pop up a bit more once this ink has dried. And it is a beautiful coppery shimmer, so I'll show you that later on. And I will just say, like I have said in previous videos, that I do have a weird grip. I know this. There are some people out there who like to keep pointing it out and telling me that it irks them. If that's the case, you can feel free to stop watching this video. That's fine by me. I am trying to improve my grip, but I think it'll take a while. So, I don't know. Let's keep this a happy space, yeah? I am using the leaves that I have seen in Leanne Likes videos. I have a friend, Lindy, who also does a similar thing. I will leave both of their handles down below. And next up we have a yellow ink, or a goldish yellow ink. This one is Van Diemen's Hastings Cave, and this is from the Wilderness series. I actually like this so much more than I had anticipated. I think I am, currently loving kind of mustardy yellow colours. And another thing I love about this ink is that Van Diemen's is an Australian brand, and I always love supporting homegrown brands. And once I swatch this, you'll see it's like a yellowy colour with some amber tones in there, and in the spots where there's a bit more ink, you kind of get a bit of a brown shade. I'm not sure if that's coming through here, but it is so beautiful. And you can see there that there is some shimmer, and this ink has an amazing shimmer to it. It's a silvery shimmer, and it works so well with this honey yellow colour. What I also love about this brand is they draw inspiration from Tasmania's natural wonders and natural landscapes. This one is obviously Hastings Caves, which has Australia's largest dolomite cave. Just checking the spelling of Hastings Caves here, if it was caves or just cave, but it is caves. And now for the orangey range, this one is Diamine Autumn Oak. And this one I have mentioned previously holds a special little place in my heart and in collection. And that is because my birthday's in autumn in Australia, and so is my husband's. And my husband's last name is Oakes, and also we got married in autumn. So a lot of memories happen in autumn, not to mention it is our favourite season, and we just love the autumn leaves and the autumnal colours and the just general vibe of autumn. And now back to the ink swatch. Here you can see, I mean, it doesn't have any shimmer. It is a standard ink, but it has beautiful shades to it. So this was Diamine Autumn Oak. And the lighting has gone kind of aesthetic, but not ideal for this ink swatch video, so just bear with me for a second while I work with this lighting. Okay, just give me just a brief moment. So this next one here is Diamine Oxblood, which was recommended to me by my friend, also Lindy, who I mentioned earlier. And it is a beautiful deep maroon type red. I mean, one could say it looks like blood, but in an aesthetic, non-morbid way, I guess. Look at that beautiful shade of deep burgundy red. I love that so much, and it writes really well as well, which you'll see shortly. I am loving how this page ended up being mostly autumnal colors. I love that. Like I mentioned before, autumn is my favorite season, so this totally speaks to me, and it totally makes sense that these are in my Ink Rainbow 23. If you haven't had a chance to have a play with the Kakimori nib, I definitely recommend it. It's such a joy to play with. There's so much you can do with this. Like what I'm showing you here is a very limited use of the Kakimori nib. There's like so many line variations and fun things you can do with this pen, so I highly recommend you get one if you are contemplating getting this pen already. Okay, 4 down and 4 more to go. The next color we have here is in the purple range. This one is by Ferris Press, if you couldn't already tell by the gorgeous bottles that they have. I think the Ferris Press bottles are my favorite of them all. I love the heavy, beautiful gold lid and the round bottles. They're so cute. So they're definitely doing their branding right, because they have got me here. Okay, so this one is Blushing Mushroom, which is a beautiful purple and mauvey shade. It's a very special one, and to top that off, it has a rose gold shimmer. Okay, I have just realized I have put the ink on the right hand side. I'm just gonna move that to the left because I would rather it be laid out this way. And so as you can see, it goes down kind of like a grey colour, but it will dry and be this beautiful shade of like a greyish purple mauve, like I mentioned before. Okay, just gotta figure out how to get this word in with this blob right in the middle here. That's alright, nothing needs to be perfect here. Yeah. I'm just gonna shake this up and get more ink on the nib here, just to make sure I'm getting that shimmer in my writing and my S's and the leaves. It's only been a short while, and I think you can already see the ink is drying and the more pinky colours are coming through now. I think that's the rose gold shimmer. It's so gorgeous. Pop the lid back on that, and we can move on to our next ink, which is blue. And this one is a second one from the Diamine Ink Event calendar from 2022. I absolutely love this blue. It's kind of a bluish purple, so I am cheating here a little bit. But I don't really have any blues that are like a, definite blue. Not ones that I love anyway. So this one will do the job for blues in my ink rainbow. And this one is called One More Sleep by Diamine. So at first you can see it comes through as a dark greyish blue, but as it dries up you'll start to see some purple come through as well, and it just makes it so unique and special. I guess this goes without saying because it's in my ink rainbow collection, but this Diamine ink from the Ink Event calendar last year is one of my favorites, and I honestly didn't expect to love any blues, but this one really took me by surprise, and it 100% deserves this space in my ink rainbow. And for the last two, we have two different kinds of greens. So this one here is Dominant Industry Forest, which is kind of a green with a hint of blue. So kind of on the teal side, but leans more green. I was kind of sold on this one because on the website I could see like a hint of pink in there. Like I thought maybe there was some pink shading in this ink, but I haven't seen that yet. But nevertheless, I still love the actual ink color. But yeah, if it had the pink in it, it could have been my Sailor Jupiter ink. She's my favorite Sailor Scout, so I don't know, maybe one day I'll find that ink, but for now, this is my perfect green. While I am swatching, I will just say I reckon the Dominant Industry ink bottles are my favorite. I think there's less capacity, but the lid, the shape of the bottle, everything just being really smooth, I don't know, and really like fun to hold. I love it. It's definitely my favorite ink bottle. I am loving how this has come together so far. I think these colours look so great next to each other as well. But for the last one, we have another Van Diemen's ink, and this is also from the Wilderness series. It is Eucalyptus regnans. So this is more of a grassy green with a hint of olive. So I like to think of them as very different greens, but I don't know, maybe that's just my way of making an excuse for two greens to be in this swatching activity today. Okay, and that is all 8 of my favorite inks for this year, and in a bunch of different colorways. And that's pretty much the end of this Ink Rainbow 23 video. I hope you enjoyed it. I do plan to do an ink video once a month. So if you like these, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!